Um, it's already 6, and as we are pretty much punctual always, so we are not going to wait for anybody else, and we are going to start. So yes, tell me, how are you? How was your previous days tasks, the journaling and the exercise? How are you feeling? Everything. Is there anything to share?
Uh, I'm feeling actually kind of a mixed thing is going on right now. So I did all the things, and the last days was pretty tricky. The session actually was. So it was good actually. It was a mixed type feeling and a good feeling actually. Jotting down all the uh, let's say letting go of your past thing, jotting down everything, and then taking out two most critical thing from your life that triggers you the most, and then writing positive affirmations. That was tricky, but I have done it. So yes, it was actually, I will say, amazing feeling. It was good thing.
Hey guys,
Hi, hi. How are you?
all well, ma'am. How are you?
Good, good, great. I'm great. Apart from a little thing that I have right now, and if you like, my wisdom tooth is sprouting, and that is giving me a tough time right now. Apart from that, everything is fantastic.
Awesome.
All right, so we are going to start with day 5. Says building your self-esteem. Uh, can somebody like just tell me what do you mean by self-esteem? Like both of you, I would want to know this thing from both of you in very short and crisp. What is self-esteem for you? We quite often hear this thing, self-esteem, self-esteem, self-esteem. What is self-esteem?
Uh, in Hindi, you call it what? Swam. I don't know what you call it.
I guess the inner spirit should be they already. I think they self-esteem mean by they speak about the inner spirit, how you feel or how you pick up yourself, and it should like self-esteem should be high. People keep on saying if your self-esteem is low, that means you are not having, you have got low confidence or low spirit, something like that.
Okay, fine. Let me give you again the same whole self-esteem thing in a layman language. But yes, it's going to be easier for you to understand. Like just imagine self-esteem is such a common terminology which every second person is using, and somehow we are not um, aware of it, that actually what self-esteem is. All right. The self-esteem is something which is like the it's your character analysis, your emotional analysis, your your certification that you give it to yourself. So it's like you like the self esteem. Okay, all right. So if you are going to give yourself that, no, I am doing good. All right. Yes, yes, Ankita. Whatever you are able to do that thing, that is amazingly amazing. Yes, Ankita, you did better than yesterday. So this means what is happening? The kind of input that I am giving it to myself in terms of whichever sect is positive. So I am raising my vibration and my self-esteem is high. Now the counterpart. Hey Bhagwan, कुछ हो ही नहीं पा रहा है, 10 दिन से एक्सरसाइज कर रही हूं मैं, देखा कहीं कहीं कोई डिफरेंस पड़ा? कल तो मैं वहां गई तो उन्होंने टोक भी दिया मुझे कि देखो जरा अभी भी कुछ नहीं हुआ है, सब सही कहते हैं, ऐसी ही हूं मैं. आई एम लाइक दैट. सी व्हाट आई एम डूइंग टू माई सेल्फ. आई एम judging myself, assessing myself just by what somebody said, and I am passing it on to my subconscious mind. और मैंने अपने आप के सर्टिफिकेशन में रिपोर्ट कार्ड में मैंने उसको मेंशन कर दिया, ओके फाइन, यू नो, ये हो तुम. सो क्या हुआ, कल को मुझे एक्सरसाइज करना है तो ना मेरा दिल लगना है, ना मेरे को मोटिवेशन होनी है, ना मुझे कुछ भी होना है. सो नाउ दिस इज व्हाट आई डिड. I went into a lower vibration. I created a negative vibration. With that, a wrong pattern got created, and my self esteem went for a toss. So today, because now very powerful and a positive word is before self-esteem, that is building. So today, in today's chapter, in today's exercise, we'll be working on building your self-esteem. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So anybody wants to start reading it? Like we can divide it. We can divide all three of us. If at
Anything
all
will
you're
do.
comfortable.
I'm absolutely comfortable.
Okay, then let's go
Whatever
ahead.
works.
You begin, then Ritambra, and then I will take it forward.
Maybe we can take para after para.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
that's
I'm
okay.
good. Just
Yeah.
start, just begin.
Today you learn more about loving yourself with respect, gratitude, and realization that your body, mind, and soul are miracles to be appreciated. आप थोड़ा इसको ऊपर कर दोगे क्या?
हाँ जी,
हाँ,
बिल्कुल,
just
बिल्कुल.
scroll. How
Just a
did,
second. Yep. Is it
oh,
fine now?
that's awesome.
Okay.
How did you feel when you woke up this morning? Did you smile when you looked in the mirror and said, I love you, darling, I really love you? Are you starting to believe it? After just a few days of mirror work, you may see that it has already started making a difference in your life. You may be smiling a little more today. You may be feeling much better when you look in the mirror and see your beautiful face. You may be feeling much better about yourself. Are you beginning to love and approve of the person you see in the mirror?
Yes. Okay, so when we had started the very first day, we were just on, we just started like, अभी seed भी नहीं डाला था. Seed market से लेके आ गए थे. So the seed was the mirror and the seed was the affirmations. The seed was the exercise. कि चल यार, now at least let's do something about it. Let's do something about ourselves. जहाँ पे हम बहुत miss out कर रहे हैं. And as the days went by, what we did from getting the seed to from the market, then going ahead and planting the seed that okay, fine, I want to love you. Say we went on to I love you. Then we went on to I really, really love you. And now it's different. Now I love you with all the feeling, and I am able to feel that thing from deep within. So now, like this is again, it has to be interactive. If you guys felt that thing in yourself, please go ahead and share it. Like I will share you my own example. So the very first time I did mirror work, I was not able to complete it. Like after day 12, no, after day 8 or 9, I stopped it. The second time I did mirror work, that was the 12th day, I stopped it. Then the very third time, which was the recent one, and then on I decided that I want to take this thing forward and, like start reading it in a closed group wherein, we all are sharing and trying to take benefit out of it. What benefit I got from this was I was never getting that motivation to work on me. Like I was just not getting the motivation to work on myself. Like after the delivery of my first baby, the way my body bloated, like I gained 30 kgs, 30 kgs in 1 month. And doctor was like, ho jayega, ho jayega. Like the whole time I had conceived, kuch nahi hua tha. There was no weight at all. Like I was totally fit, just 6-7 kgs up. And post the surgery, I gained 30 kgs and I felt so much disconnected with myself. And I was just not able to accept it. And after like what? He's 8 now. He's 8 years old. Like my son is 8 years old now. So now after 8 years of him being here, and since 8 years, I was trying to do something or the other to get back into the shape the way I was. This thing helped me. This particular chapter, if I have to say, this self-esteem wala chapter, I have done it like so many times just to understand and push myself. And when I started loving myself like this, I got a motivation to start working out. I got the motivation ki ha aaj I will do this thing for myself. Hanji, aaj let me try this exercise for myself, this diet for myself. So yes, this is how things changes in you when you yourself you know, pull yourself into this thing कि मेरे को अपनी self esteem पे work करना है, मुझे अपने आप को हमेशा हाई वाइब्रेशन में रखना है, because nobody is going to help you out. As we will go further, I will explain you few more things that self esteem में क्या कंट्रोल कर सकते हो, क्या कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते हो, and how we can help ourselves. All right, I hope this much was a little helpful for you people.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Um,
Hanji.
so Ankita, this is like, I just have one question. Like day one, we had a different journaling and thing to practice. Day two, it was different. Day three, it was different. So I started feeling like the day one was very good. The day two was mixed type. The day three was a bit confusing. Day four was again good. So I'm feeling like this is like interactive, but sometimes I feel like I have to impose things on me, like while practicing, because maybe I'm not feeling it naturally. So, how do I do then? Do I need to again repeat it from day one to make myself feel that way,
Okay.
or just? Mhm.
So the answer is, I think day before yesterday itself, Pankaj happened to ask the same question, and I had mentioned it to him, like somewhat the same question, not exactly on the same parameters. So he had mentioned it that Kabhi, you know, it's very happy, and Kabhi, it's all gloomy. So I mentioned it that see, we are working on our deepest, darkest side. So the whole feeling of, you know, this thing, graph going up and suddenly going in negative, down, cranky, crying, is bound to happen. It's bound to happen. So once you are beginning, because you are just a newbie in this thing, without questioning anything, complete the 21-day exercise. Okay. After that, again go to the day one and start doing it. Now, this time you will see a difference in yourself, because first time, Kabhi, you must be having the things ready written with you, the whole journal and everything. Now, once again, you're going to start it, and again, you're going to write it. You will see, then match it with the first time you did it. You will see how things have started to shift once you will do it for the second time. And by the end of it, you will realize that which section of these 21 days you need to work upon more. Then pick up that thing and start working on that part. And that is going to simplify your thing. Sometimes, you know, it's all about trusting the process. So just go step by step, do the 21-day thing, and see the result, how you feel. कईयों
Okay.
कईयों को एक बार में ही समझ में आ जाता है, क्योंकि फाइन विच इज द सेक्शन वेयर आई नीड टू वर्क अपॉन माई सेल्फ मोर. मेरे को नहीं समझ में आ पाया, मैं तो पूरा भी नहीं कर पाई थी. Like if I talk about myself, I was not able to. I had to do it twice because always I was going into that zone which is dark, and I used to feel shitty, and I mean, it was bad. It was bad. But the third time I was able to do, and that just changed everything for me. Yeah. So for me, it was for the third time. Maybe for you, it's for the very first time. In the very first time, you were able to do it. Okay.
And we don't need to repeat the things, like for example, it's day 5. So we don't need to repeat every day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and day 5. Just that the regular thing we have to keep on
Abhi,
going.
Hanji, 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 Hanji. All right. Okay. Hanji Pankaj, please.
So it's my paragraph.
Sorry.
So is it, should I share the bit or is it reading the bit?
No, I was just saying to let's take it forward. If you have something to share, please go ahead and share. Else,
So
start reading.
since I started from day 3, and that means ideally net it is day 2 for me.
Hmm.
Day 3 and day 4. These 2 days I covered up.
Hmm.
You know, yesterday was a little better though.
Hmm.
Or I should say that I finished today morning, the journaling part, you know.
Hmm.
क्योंकि मिररिंग वाला मैं पहले कर रहा था ना,
Hmm.
तो that initial hurdle of acknowledging love to yourself, that was gone. वो पहले हो रहा था, wherein way back I used to acknowledge that to myself कि अजीब सा लग रहा है यार, ये क्या है, kind of, है ना. That was already taken care in that point in time.
Hanji.
So इस समय that momentarily feeling or uptick is there. Today I did it multiple times. In fact, what I correlated, maybe a universal message किया वो जो yesterday वाला था वो kind of it is very much in line with uh, my state of mental improvisation, I should say, right?
Sorry to barge in, but I just want to pause you for a second. Ritambra, now you heard it, what he said? He could relate to that exercise more. So this is what happens with all of us. We all have our different areas where we need to work upon. And it just, I mean, it can be multiple as well. Like it has to be multiple. Yeah, come on, we are not perfect. None of us are perfect. So we have to see कि हाँ ये मेरा area है यहाँ मेरे को work upon करना है. All right, understood?
Yeah.
हाँ जी, please Pankaj.
So it was talking about like fear, resentment, वगैरह, and as I told you, somebody goes through the OCD. Fear is the fundamental basis from where all this erupts, right? Earlier with Louis Hay, I was having this affirmation: I love and approve of myself. I trust the process of life. I am safe. थोड़ा लंबा जा रहा था, and then initially it gave a kick, and then again it comes down, and then I mix it up. Exactly in that line, these affirmations were today on the day 4-1. So वो सही गया. And when you write down those stuff, na, say a couple of people in your life you tend to blame.
Yes.
Always, right? That's what I wrote there, although I didn't name those individuals. And then when you correlate those feelings to your true self, then you will realize कि आप पूरा का पूरा अपने ऊपर mapping कर पा रहे हो. So that's what I was wanted to check with you कि if you hate somebody or you disliked somebody because of the anger nature, then somewhere down the line you yourself possess that nature.
Yes. Yes.
So
yes,
that your exercise, just so I you know what, like
for me, yes, I will tell you, I used to blame my doctor in this past 8 years. I wish that she's safe and fine and no issues to her. I have blamed her left, right, center.
right.
My doctor, I have blamed her left, right, center. ऐसा कर दिया, ऐसा कर दिया, ऐसा कर दिया, ऐसा कर दिया, because of which, because of which, because of which. And when I did this particular exercise, I started doing I write a lot. Like I write a lot. I write a lot. I realized that nah, Baba, it's nothing to do with the doctor. You already had that fear in you because you have seen, people around you, like after kid, they become they their things do change like a lot, and you always dread that. And when that thing happened with you lost it. And instead of seeing the other side of it, instead of accepting things and working on it, you started blaming the doctor in such a way. जो करना चाहिए था, जो एक्शन लेना चाहिए था, जिसका मैं कंट्रोल ले सकती थी. What was my control? What was the control that I could have taken for myself? That take a action to improve that. Now what is done is done. But what is the action that is required to do that? Action has to be done from my side, instead of the negativity that I was, holding on to. So, yes, when I released it for good, I am happy.
The same thing actually, the same thing happened with me. I mean, like, uh, I have been blaming this person for so many years, and I have been pointing out like this is the habit I don't like, that is the habit I don't like, this has impacted on my life, whole life, again, blah blah blah. Then I figured out I have mirrored that person's so many traits in me that I'm actually scared that I don't want to become, but I had already become like that.
Become, yeah. This
Out
happened.
of 12 things, 10 things were matching. I was like, oh my God, this is me already. And I'm that person. But I am also like that. I have to really take off those things. Come on, go away.
This
Those
happened.
things will happen.
Yeah, happens.
So there are, as in when you, क्या होता है कि what I have realized is you had this from somebody else or you had this in your mind, and then this took a shape in a different format and emerged in a different format. So, from the input to output is very difficult to tie up one by one over there, correlation sometimes, because it takes, mind is such a ball game, it creates a different figure altogether, shows you. And then you're unable to realize which one to correlate with.
Wonderful.
So I'm sure like all this for me was good to start with, although I knew it, but then when you write it down, no, you kind of make it कि हाँ यार यहीं से हुआ है, and that's kind of a thing. So it's great. Thank you. Next, Farah, should I or you guys want to?
Now, I will take it forward. I will read one paragraph and then I'm going to hand it over to Ritambra.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So loving yourself means having great respect for everything about you, inside and out. It is deep gratitude for the miracle of your body and your mind and your soul. Loving yourself is appreciation to such a degree that it fills your heart until it bursts, overflowing with the joy of being you. Yes, like reading this book and many other things and articles and stuff like that. I always felt that I took my body so for granted. Did I ever thank my eyes? Did I ever thank my fingers for doing all the work that, it keeps doing and typing and doing everything all day long? Each and every part of it, like thanks to my hair. Like, yes, have you ever like thanked your hair? Okay, fine, you make me feel beautiful. You make me feel nice. Thanks to the voice, thanks to each and every part of it. Like I'm just giving you a very basic example again that we tend to ignore until and unless हमारे बॉडी में कुछ हो नहीं जाता है, हेल्थ वाइज हम इम्पैक्ट नहीं हो जाते हैं. डू वी लाइक गो हेड एंड से कि अच्छा प्लीज यार अब सही हो जाओ. फॉर एग्जाम्पल किसी को स्टोन हो जाता है, बहुत ही माइनर सा 1 mm 2 mm का बस स्टोन हो गया, कितनी दर्द होती है उस इंसान को. लाइक दैट पर्सन इज नॉट एबल टू टेक इट, जबकि इट्स जस्ट लाइक अ टीनी मीनी स्टोन इन द बॉडी. So yes, this is one thing that I would request you guys to add it on in your gratitude list. Or if not in the list, many a times we are not able to write, but they'll say, start appreciating your body organs, your heart for functioning well. You do you want, like, again I'll give you one example, and I have seen miracle happening in that, which I wanted to actually um, share it later on. So what happened? I was never overweight, okay? I was never overweight. So my body was never accustomed to being overweight. So after this thing, like after my baby, when I became overweight, so I started having major pain in my calf muscles. All right. And gradually I could see varicose vein. And that hurts like hell. All right. This is something that I am practicing not from right now. This is something that I have been practicing for almost 9-10 months. 9-10 months. I started giving gratitude to my feet, to my body each and every day. That thank you so much. Despite of having so much of weight, you are just taking me each and everywhere so beautifully. Because of you, I am dancing. I could dance in my brother's marriage. I'm doing everything. I'm doing everything. And all I did was, I was like, I always cursed you. I never like really took care of you. And I started accepting that pain also. That I know this pain is because I never appreciated you. And you will not believe. I had this belief in my subconscious mind, if I have to say, कि change hoega, okay? After 1.5 months, that varicose vein started to lighten up. And today I don't have that.
Wow.
It disappeared. It disappeared. Now my bad is कि मैं before after की picture नहीं click करके बैठी हूँ, but if you can trust on my words, it happened. I mean on my left leg, it happened. And I was just so amazed that, oh my God. Yes, again, one thing I used to do, dark circles हो गया, इसके वजह से dark circles हो गया, and it went really bad, okay? Like really, really bad. Again, for that thing, I have started doing the same thing. And believe me, I can see such a major difference. So I realized one thing, that इतने करीब है ये चीज. Like, health is so important. Our body is so important. But like, do we ever say that, okay, fine, I love you, man. I love you for just holding on to me. Even when I was in my worst, like, कभी कितनी बारी हुआ होगा मैं तुम्हें टाइम पे खाना नहीं देती हूँ, तुम्हारे साथ मैं ये चीज नहीं करती हूँ, बट स्टिल यू आर जस्ट holding on to me, like you know, like the in the best possible way. So yes guys, I would request each one of you that now please in your gratitude list do add on this thing, that start appreciating and respecting the part of your body, and see how things are going to change for you. I promise you for that, because my Varcosis vein went away with that.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yes, yes.
Okay. So, yeah, it is impossible to really love yourself unless you have self approval and self acceptance. Do you scold and criticize yourself endlessly? Do you believe you are unlovable? Do you live in chaos and disorder? Do you attract lovers and mates who belittle you? Do you mistreat your body with unhealthy food choices and stressful thoughts? So, you know, these are the little questions. Like with females, I have seen this thing. With males, again, I have seen this thing. They will see, like, छोटे बच्चों को तो छोड़ दो. I'm talking about mid-age people. छोटे बच्चों को तो चलो, I'm like, उनको माफ किया टाइप्स, मैंने उनको साइडलाइन कर दिया. हमारे एज के बंदे, what we do? We'll happen to, you know, see a magazine, cover पे, the actress is there, she is looking fantabulous. Everything is fantastic. उसका hair भी देख लिया, आजकल तो wig भी start हो चुका है ना, like you know that extension. So even if you have this much of hair, put the extension and or your hair is like just like perfect. And then we see that it's good to appreciate that thing, that wow, she is looking pretty. Wow, it's beautiful. She must have worked on herself so much. She must have, you know, done so much of sacrifice, you know, to get that. I think I should take some motivation from her. She, just to gain this thing and to be in that industry, to come on the front page like this, she must be eating so healthy, she must be exercising so much. Such an inspiration, man. But what we do, because now see the shift, why I'm talking and why I'm taking the body thing, because this is what I have experienced, and here I'm sharing my experience. Okay, that's why I'm taking this example. But what we do, first of all, we will not appreciate it in that way कि उसने मेहनत किया, क्या किया, कुछ भी नहीं. Because we have question in ourselves, we doubt ourselves, we don't love ourselves in that way. इनका क्या है, एडोब फोटोशॉप है, सब हो जाता है. क्या है, कैसी भी पिक्चर क्लिक करा दो, फोटोशॉप पे कर दो, बस सिर्फ पूरा फोटोशॉप है, ऊपर से नीचे फोटोशॉप है. अच्छा, अगर साथ में कोई बैठा हो फ्रेंड, you don't know that आजकल तो यार you want packs also ना, तो you can get it totally done in Adobe Photoshop. I have this friend who does it. So उसने जो किया उसको भी मैंने खराब बोला, खुद को अच्छा फील कराने के लिए कि वो पॉसिबल नहीं हो सकता है. मैंने अपने दिमाग को और नेगेटिव किया, मैंने बैक बाइटिंग की, बैड माउथिंग की, बड़ा मजा आ गया. बट इसका रिजल्ट क्या हुआ? आई वेंट मोर इनटू द लो वाइब्रेशन मोड. So instead of appreciating and taking good things, I did everything bad. So this is what I want to tell you guys, that if there is something that you really need to correct in any aspect of your life, just अपने आप से promise करो that I give myself a time of 11 days or say 21 days, and I will not complain about anybody. I will not complain. अगर सिचुएशन आ भी रही है सामने, जहां सामने वाला बंदा मेरे को बहुत परेशान कर रहा है, एंड आई नो दैट यू नो दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच इज नॉट हैपनिंग एंड दिस इज नॉट राइट, मत कंप्लेन करो. कुछ जितना भी आप अपने आप से यू नो प्रॉमिस कर सकते हो, कितने भी सेल्फ कंट्रोल रख सकते हो, एंड इन दैट 21 days or 11 days, just blindly and be focused on what you need to work upon yourself and start loving yourself. I can guarantee you will see a shift. And I'm telling you all of this thing from my own example. I'm not giving anybody's else example. It's like, you know, I'm opening my chapters in front of you and putting it across कि भाई ऐसा हुआ था, ऐसा हुआ था. All right.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go forward. Ritamra, please take it forward.
In the meanwhile, we have one more join, Alifia.
Alifia. Hi, Alifia. I think we have message also.
Yes.
Wow.
Hi. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. She says. Sorry, I
Yes,
just
hi,
read the
Anita.
message. Hi. All right. So let's take it forward, Rutamra.
Okay. If you deny you're good in any way, it is an act of not loving yourself. I remember a woman I worked with who wore contact lenses. When she did her mirror work, she began to realize an old fear from her childhood. In a few days, she complained that her contact lenses were bothering her to a point that she could not wear them anymore. When she took them out, she looked around and found that her eyesight was almost perfectly clear. Wow. Still, she spent the entire day saying, I don't believe it, I don't believe it. That was her affirmation. The next day, she was back to wearing her contacts. She would not allow herself to believe she had created perfect eyesight, and her disbelief was confirmed. The universe gave her exactly what she asked for. This is how powerful our thoughts are.
Yup. Yup. This is very true. This is very true. So इसको अगर I have to give you a very relatable example, बहुत बारी, like let's say when you are an entrepreneur who is doing the thing, like like let's say the family is wanting ki beta you get onto the business, I mean get onto some firm or something, join some firm and work there और अपना काम मत करो, right? They say that thing. Generally सुनने को ये चीज मिलती है, बेटा उससे सिक्योरिटी मिलती है, फर्म ज्वाइन करो, अपना काम नहीं करो. समझो बात को, हम पेरेंट्स हैं. Yes, I like hands up. I love my parents, hands up. I love and respect सबके parents को, but I'm just telling you a belief which is very much commonly floating everywhere. So यहाँ पे क्या होता है, हम condition हो रहे हैं and we are accepting, yes, खुद का काम करना, it's there is no stability. You need to, like, you are settled only when you are working under someone. ऐसा किसके साथ हुआ है? Please guys, yeah, let's be interactive. Say something.
I think
Say,
this is a very, very sorry,
go,
Ritamra, you're speaking something. Go ahead.
please go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. I think this is a very Indian kind of a thing, very from the beginning onwards, or once you're getting into or completed your education and especially when you want to do something little different.
Yes.
And then the conservative mindset starts there. Follow this approach because others have also done it. And don't take it much deviation, otherwise there is insecurity built around it. But then many who have done things differently, right? Like maybe Bill Gates and Steve and Hawkins and so many guys, right?
Hmm.
They have done it differently.
They will do it differently because you know what? That has some next level power in it. That has some next level power in it. And again, here I will give you my own example. I'm an interior designer. I have been into jewelry industry for almost close to 12 years. I started working when I was too young, and I used to put up like all these high end exhibitions, London Market and stuff like that. And in the end, when I chose the field of alternative healing, I know how much like push I got in negative way from everybody. Nobody trusted. They all had this thing to say, ये सही नहीं है, ये side के काम के लिए सही है बेटा. But this is not something that you should do. This has no future. And इसको बोले हुए कितना time हो चुका है? Like, this thing, this whole belief, like, I think it's going to be almost like 2.5 years now. कि कुछ नहीं हो सकता है, but by God's grace, this thing is running beautifully. And I'm coming across such wonderful people. Like, I'll say that I have formed a beautiful tribe around me who supports me to go ahead and to do something wonderful. And I know how powerful I feel when I do this thing, when I get up with the messages giving me blessings and stuff like that. I get motivated seeing that कि अब तो मेरे को और करना है, और करना है, और करना है. And ये stage मेरा बाद में आया. In the beginning when I started, Yes, I came. I have faced this thing because like you remember this paragraph wherein it says कि तुम्हारी जो words होती है, जो thoughts होती है, वो कितनी powerful होती है. That lady kept on saying, I don't believe it, I don't believe it, and the other day she was back to wearing contact lenses. So I felt the same thing in my life. I heard it that it's not good, you cannot do it, it's not good, you should not do it. And a point came in that 2.5 years wherein I just felt like quitting each and every day. I was doing well, I was doing very, very well in this field also, at that time, at in the initial stage also. But always started questioning. And what used to happen at the end of the day, when I used to see, okay, fine, this is something that I have earned, this is my saving and everything, and I used to say sab to sahi chal raha hai, but still I'm not happy because I was constantly questioning. And एक टाइम ऐसा आ गया जब मेरे को लगता था चलो ये महीना तो कट गया है, with the earnings and everything, let's see next month क्या होता है, whether I'm able to survive or not. जबकि सर्वाइवल का क्वेश्चन ही नहीं था मेरे लाइफ में. आई वाज डूइंग by God's grace in the beginning also beautiful, but then this whole thing that I gave my mind that space, subconscious mind में कि अंकिता नहीं, I don't believe it, because they are not believing it. So gradually I accepted it that yes, I also don't believe it. So yes, I will say please, जहां भी ये thought process है, just उसको उठाओ और निकालो और फेंको. It does not do anything good. Yes, Ritamra, now I can take it forward.
Think how perfect you were when you were a tiny baby. Babies do not have to do anything to become perfect. They already are perfect. And they act as if they know it. They know they are. I lost it.
They are not afraid to ask.
Yeah.
They
They
are
are
not.
not afraid to ask what. Okay. They know they are the center of universe. They are not afraid to ask for what they want. They freely express their emotions. You know when a baby is angry. In fact, the whole neighborhood knows. You also know when babies are happy. Their smiles light up a room. They are full of love. Tiny babies will die if they do not get love. Once we are older, we learn to live without love or try to, but babies will not stand for it. Babies love every part of their bodies. You were like that one time. We were all like that. Then we began to listen to adults around us who had learned to be fearful, and we began to deny our own magnificence.
Uh,
Today,
I will just, pause you, Ritamra, for a second, and I'll give you one very relatable example again. We go to salon. क्या बोलती हैं वो? बहुत ड्राई हो गया है बाल आपका, बहुत ज्यादा, राइट? ये लगा लो फिर सही हो जाएगा, फिर देखना कितना अच्छा लगेगा. स्किन कैसी अजीब सी हो गई है, बहुत टाइम हो गया ना, लगता है मैनिक्योर पेडिक्योर लिए बहुत समय हो गया. ये मतलब आपकी बॉडी का एक एक पार्ट जो विजिबल है उनको, वो उनके लिए खराब हो जाता है, उनके लिए खराब हो जाता है, बिकॉज दिस इज व्हाट दे आर डूइंग. नाउ सी अंडरस्टैंड, दे आर नॉट रॉन्ग एट देयर पॉइंट, because they are doing their sales work. This is what their job is. You getting it? They are not wrong because they are doing, that is their job. But we have accepted it because we doubt it. We doubt that yes, शायद हमारा ये चीज ऐसा ही है. You will see very few people who are confident enough to turn them and say कि नहीं, मेरे को सिर्फ यही ही कराना है because मुझे पता है ये चीज सही है, मेरे को चाहिए होगा तो I will let you know. And then you will see their way of talking to you will change. I have experienced it myself. I just gave you a very basic example. कभी try करके देखना, कभी observe करके देखना.
yeah, this has happened, but I feel like this is not good. Just to make your sales or business running, you will say something, or I mean, there's a way of saying, but the whole world is, I guess, running this way. But I
Okay,
think
that's okay. I will not say that there is anything wrong in that, because see, that is their job to do. They have to bring the sales. That's why I said they are not wrong. It's us. See again what you're doing right now. बोला ना उन लोगों को कि वो गलत है. No. Nahi hai, nahi hai. They are not wrong. That is not in our control. Self-esteem is all about releasing what is not in our control, like what he said, she said, how he reacted, what he did. But it's in our control how we process it. All right?
This is absolutely there, like everybody, there is a saying that everybody is right from their own perspective, right? So that means nobody is wrong. And
Yes.
when you try to analyze also, and I do that, at least touch
Hmm.
it with my boss, like with from so many years, like all my bosses, I had a fair decent rapport, although everybody cries with their boss.
Hmm.
The one of the reason being like, initially it takes a little while to understand from the other side. And then when I get into their feet and understand, then I feel like they're also right from their side and I am right from my side. So nothing wrong about it. So it's individual and we need to learn from each other. So, you know, in the same instance or the example what you give, right, those people are right from their side.
Yes, yes,
Right?
absolutely. That's their
So
job. Come on.
that's a job.
That's their job. They will get incentive out of it. Jitne customers banenge, jitna services denge, they will get incentive out of it. They're not wrong.
And
We are wrong.
according to that, them also, like if you see a layman, like in compared to what polishing they will do on their own body, and let's say when you go after a month or two, that the shiny is not there, let's say on the nails or something. So they, when they compare it with their own polishing with yours, they say, it's faded down. Do some more polishing around it. And then you realize, like I saw in some magazine that it was more polished than this, and then comparison, and then mind juggles says, let's go for it.
Yeah. All right. Today, put all criticism and negative self talk aside. Let go of your old mindset, the one that berates you and resists change. Release other people's opinion of you and affirm, I am good enough, I am worth living. And guys, try this affirmation that is particularly written here. Like whenever you are able to do that thing, jab bhi karo, try and put your hand on your heart, okay? And then just do this thing. I am good enough and I am worth loving. And once you will start doing it in that way now, the feeling is going to be different. This is like my day 5 thing is my favorite.
Just one thing, like what I felt is like the feeling is somewhere imposed feeling. I don't know. Is that happening to me or like
No,
general?
it's not. Initially, it happens. When the very first time you are doing it, you feel that, but later on, you will not feel it when you will get into the depth of it. Initially, when you are doing it, it has to be an imposed feeling. Yeah. किसने एटलीस्ट मैंने तो अपने आप को कभी भी देख के नहीं कहा था कि अंकिता आई लव यू आई फेल्ट सो ऑकवर्ड अबाउट इट
So I'm not feeling awkward about it, but then what is happening is it has become a little more theoretical, and then it because because I have to bring all my senses into it, so it's an imposed one.
you have to initially see even Alifia says it yes it's like faking it until you make it initially hota hai yes hota hai initially hoega I said it na two times half में जाके मैंने इसको छोड़ा है because I was not able to do it I was like मैं relate ही नहीं कर पा रही हूँ but again fake it until you make it and see the third time I did it. And right now, whatever bunch I have such beautiful bunch of people with me right now. Alifia, Pankaj, you, Ritamra, you people are there for me. You people are loving to be here. And I'm the same person who left the mirror work twice in between, thinking what is this? I'm just not able to relate it. So yes, you have to fake it for a while, and then the feelings will start coming in because you will start to see the change. And one advice, always do it अकेले में. Always do it अकेले में. जहाँ पे you know it कि तुम्हें कोई सुन नहीं रहा है. Because हमारा mind ऐसा है ना that it
Yeah.
always uh, it knows कि तुम्हें कोई सुन सकता है and you are not comfortable. You are not comfortable, especially doing mirror work because that is like सोचो कितना हमें अजीब लग रहा है. It's so normal to do something for us, isn't it normal?
Actually, we are not accepting that this is what it should be, or this is the way it should be, because we have conditioned ourselves in the way, like complicating things for us, or believing that the new normal, it's like to stay in a negative way or not to love self, or it is something weird to love yourself. Actually,
See,
we are
Alethea right now said such a beautiful thing. She said that just surrender and you will see the difference. And Alethea, thank you for saying this thing. Yes, just surrender it and see, you will feel the difference. Else, इतनी सारी examples ना मैं अपने personal life की नहीं दे पाती if I would not have done it. Because you will see, I always give all the examples from my own life. Have you ever heard me saying कि इसके साथ ये हुआ, उसके साथ ये हुआ? आज 5th डे है, आज तक मैं सारे एग्जांपल्स खुद की दे रही हूँ. So yes, if it can happen with me, it can happen with anybody else. Believe me, guys, it was not easy for me also. It was
one
just
one example. Just I'm just trying be very quick. I was suffering from depression, and you know it, right? I was under medicine, like medication, like for 6 to 7 years. But then, I mean, many people told me leave it because this is just an. Even you told me that this is just an 1 year thing, and you don't need medication for so many years. But I didn't listen to anyone. I was like, no, without this, I cannot. If I leave this, I have mood swings. But then suddenly this year, something happened that made me realize that enough of this thing. I feel like I've been controlled by this thing and I am not me. I left it in March and I'm doing so awesome. And I don't even need one medicine. I never ever went back and tried even one more medicine. Okay, maybe I'm feeling this way.
you have
Instead,
such a beautiful thing to be proud about yourself.
yeah,
You have such a beautiful thing to celebrate it about yourself. That's wonderful. That's
exactly.
that's
So this
that's
is what
that's,
I
that's amazing. That's amazing.
yeah, this is the affirmation I kept on saying. See, I'm fine. I'm doing much more fine. I'm the real me right now. I can feel it. So this is what affirmation I have been giving myself. Negative thing, and then when I came to positive, it is all good.
Wonderful.
There
Okay.
is a,
Hanji.
sorry, just I'll not take much time. There is a motivational speaker. Okay, his name is Ed Kasich. You
Okay.
guys should look at him. I think from Australia or somewhere. He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have both the hands. He doesn't have both the legs, and
Mm-hmm.
he has made a big one. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
And people line up to hear him. And like he has made good money, and he is being proud of himself. And then he is a standing example today. So a lot. I don't know. Have you guys heard about it?
I see. I'm very bad with one thing, and that is I cannot recollect the name of the person, the author ka naam, and the book. But incidents and faces I do remember. So yes, I know him. I have read about him, and I have seen him.
I have
But
also seen, but I don't remember. This
the
is
name.
same thing.
This is something
Okay.
that I
So
lack,
you
but
have
it's
given
true.
a command to your subconscious mind. Then.
No, you know what? I'll tell you what. But I have accepted myself like that because all along my life I have said, shit यार तुम्हें नाम नहीं याद रह सकता नाम नहीं but it's okay. Now I accepted it. अगर रह गया good enough नहीं रह गया कोई बात नहीं at least जो positive चीज रहती है वो तो पता रहता है ना it's okay.
That's true.
That's fine.
But then he's when I read about him, like it is something to be correlated to the body exercise we are talking about here. You know that he would have done something of that sort. Otherwise, just imagine in India what happens, or anybody anywhere what it happens without legs and hands both. And I believe, if I recollect, then he is a married person as well and have kids.
Yes. And the
If
wife
I
is totally
recollect,
fine. Like as
yeah,
in she has like legs and hands and everything.
yeah. So something to learn.
Now I know where I have seen his documentary on Discovery.
Okay, I heard about him.
All right. Okay. So let's go forward. Your day 5 mirror work exercise. So I'm going to again send you the details in the group. I'm just like reading it right now. Okay. Stand in front of your bathroom mirror. Look into your eyes. Say this affirmation: I love and approve of myself. And you know what? Now, when I say something, now I feel it here. And when I did it for the first time or the second time, I could not say it with this confidence. Like, for example, if I'm reading it again, I love and approve of myself. You will feel it that I'm feeling it. And I'm not faking it. But initially, I did fake it when I did it for the first time. So it's normal to feel like that. Keep saying it over and over again. I love and approve of myself. Repeat this affirmation at least 100 times a day. Yes, that's right, 100 times. Let I love and approve of myself become your mantra. Each time you pass a mirror or see your reflection, repeat this affirmation. Okay? Now, who wants to take it forward for the rest half?
Alethea, can you?
I think she is in office or something right now. She is in US presently.
Yes, yes, I am here. Sorry, I was talking to I'm like standing outside actually. It's almost 37, 38 degrees Fahrenheit, so kind of freezing temperatures.
It's
And I'm
okay. You
dropping my
don't.
daughter off for her bus.
It's okay,
But I just
sweetheart.
came
It's
in.
okay. No, 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 no. We will take care of it. You please. You are just here. That's more than enough. That calls commitment. I swear. It's okay, Alifia. It's
No,
okay.
no, what were you asking? I'm now inside. I just came in the house.
All right.
So sorry, I didn't hear you what you were asking at that time.
I was just saying that. Can you like read this portion from this portion? This is an exercise.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Yes,
Okay. Thank you.
I would love to. Yes, yes.
Please go ahead.
Okay, so this is an exercise I have given to hundreds and hundreds of people over the years. The results are absolutely phenomenal. When people stick with it, remember, mirror work doesn't work in theory, it only works in practice. If you do it, it really will make a difference. If any negative thoughts come up, such as how can I approve of myself when I'm fat, or it is silly to think that I can think this way, or I'm no good, don't resist them, don't fight them, don't judge them. Let them just be there. Stay focused on what you really want to experience, which is to love and approve of yourself. You can gently let go of other thoughts that intrude and stay focused on I love myself and approve of myself. What we are doing in mirror work is trying to get back to the heart of who we really are. We want to experience who we are when we are not judging ourselves.
All right. Thank you, Alifia. Okay, so I will, again give you my own example with this thing. And I'm just loving that example. Like, I'll be very happy to share it. So now what happens, because I said that I got this whole motivation and thing of, starting to work out and do it. So what I do, like when I'm done with my exercise and everything, I actually thank my body. Like when I'm doing my, body parts, ka gratitude and everything, I actually thank them that, you know what, today I did this much of sit-ups. I know, you got like really crushed under that, and the muscles got like this. You felt the pain and this, but you are still there. I'm so happy that you are managing this pain, and I accept you. You are a part of me and accept you. And you will not believe 8 सालों में इतना जल्दी मेरे को अपने में डिफरेंस नहीं दिखा हुए जो मुझे अब एक्सपीरियंस हो रहा है जस्ट बाय गिविंग ग्रैटिट्यूड टू माय बॉडी पार्ट एल्स इट यूज्ड टू बी लाइक हाय हाथ तो पता नहीं कैसे भगवान ने पतले दे दिए पता नहीं ये क्यों हो गया है आई यूज्ड टू डू दैट टू माई सेल्फ imagine how wrong I was, how wrong I was to my body, that it was carrying so much of weight and it was moving around. I never appreciated that thing. So yes, like when you approve yourself, things changes around you. Things changes around you. And then I say that I am working on myself. I'm working for you, for each and every part of you, to make you what, work with more ease. That's why what I'm working, like I actually talk to it, that I'm actually working. Why I'm working? Because I actually want that you guys should ease out a little bit. And I guess if I will reduce a little bit more like this, don't you think you will feel comfortable, like as if it's a person standing in front of me? So I'm doing the same thing with my body, and it reciprocates. Obviously it will not start talking to you like that with voices, but yes, it will show you the difference, and that's the way they are communicating with you. So yes. Okay, so going forward, the power is within you. Your day 5 journaling exercise. Write down some of the ways you don't love yourself or ways you express your lack of self worth. Do you criticize your body? Do you talk down to yourself? Write down some of the negative opinions you think others have of you. For each of these negative opinions, write down an affirmation to turn it into a positive statement. For example, you could change my mother thinks I am fat, so I'm beautifully exactly as I am. Make a list of all the reasons why you love yourself. Make another list of why people love to spend time with you. Post these loving lists where you can see them every day. Ritamra, would you want to read it?
Sure. Your heart, from this, right?
Yeah, your heart thought for the day 5.
Your heart thought for day 5. I love being me. Can you imagine how wonderful it would be if you could live your life without ever being criticized by anyone? Wouldn't it be wonderful to feel totally at ease, totally comfortable? You would get up in the morning and know you were going to have a wonderful day because everybody would love you and nobody would put you down. You would feel just great. You know what? You can give this to yourself. You can make the experience of living with yourself the most wonderful experience imaginable. You can wake up in the morning and feel the joy of spending another day with you.
That's why it is said that, when a person starts to know their own worth and can have a vacation with themselves without anybody, hanging around, that person is fearlessly powerful.
We had it for 2.5 years. Vacation
Sorry.
with,
Oh, okay. All right.
and
Yeah, yeah.
and you're there. Like I felt a change in myself because I worked on it a lot.
Uh-huh.
When everybody were going crazy,
Hmm.
I went much stronger, bolder, and within its strength. Because this 2 years gave it an opportunity, like to spend time with myself,
Spend time with
other than
myself.
the work. So absolutely there.
Wonderful. Okay, guys, moving on to the meditations. I would request you to close your eyes and start taking deep breath, deep, comfortable breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Center yourself. Breathe in and breathe out.
Hey, did you know that you can write?
Breathe in and breathe out. Hands on your heart. I'm totally adequate for all situations. I choose to feel good about myself. I am worthy of my own love. I stand on my own 2 feet. I accept and use my own power. It is safe for me to speak up for myself. I am loved and accepted exactly as I am, right here and right now. My self esteem is high because I honor who I am. My life gets more fabulous every day. look forward to what each new hour brings. I am neither too little nor too much, and I do not have to prove myself to anyone. Life supports me in every possible way. My consciousness is filled with loving, positive, healthy thoughts that are reflected in my experience. The greatest gift I can give myself is unconditional love. I love myself exactly as I am. I no longer wait to be perfect in order to love myself. Now you can rub both the hands and cup your eyes and cup your face. Thank you so much. I'm gonna share the journaling exercise, the task, and the recorded meditation as well. It's there on the YouTube already, but I'm just gonna share the link for you to ease out. And that's it for today.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for giving time. Thank you.
Oh, we should say that. Bye,
Okay.
guys. Everyone, take care.